Caudle on it, as well as a set of a boots, presumably for no one coming towards that mid lane.
That is really, really tough for Alchemist until he... Okay, well, it's tough for the Shadow Demon as well. Another Burrow Strike, and they got the Luna as well. Line him up and knock him down. I don't really think they should be able to kill off a Shadow Demon while still having a Burrow Strike, but the cooldown hero into this bottom lane. And of course, all these heroes that are going towards bottom lane are heroes that are not helping the Alchemist, who's going to get killed off by the Timbersaw. Just a couple more right clicks. Iceberg, the Alchemist. It's a strength hero. Always a good matchup there.
Yeah.
Even with no chain.
No chain at all. It was surprising for him to grab that kill. Did have the slow from the Chakram, though, available, as he did so well in this lane. 40 CS on the board for the Timber, sitting on level 7 after that kill. 2 levels higher than the closest competitor in the game. So looking very good for Vega here early on. Jump forward, Burrow Strike. Arrow's going to find Lil, and the Illuminate will finish him off. And the Nagasaki are going to go down at the hands of FNG's keeper. Now Solo in trouble as well. Illuminate is not only going to catch him, give them a little bit of vision. Sioma going to look to find him. He's going to try and juke them out using the Shadow Poison, but it's not going to be enough. Mag will land the point blank Burrow Strike. Sioma immediate TP out. Mag has 10 stick charges, got Tranquil, should be just fine to make it out of this one. Doesn't really even need that Sandstorm. But after a fairly quiet early game, they have been able to get quite a bit done with the Mirana here for Vega's side. Pasha, though, stalking Mag in this bottom lane. Spike Carapace comes out on the Caustic Finale. And we'll get the right click from Vendetta and the Impale. Pasha with tons of levels and farm out of that top lane. 35 CS on this Nyx Assassin. Will come out at the 6-minute mark immediately and net himself a pretty valuable kill.
They needed that kill so freaking badly. Like, this lane is absolutely... He shows herself off for a couple seconds. Suddenly a Sand King's coming in. Suddenly a Smoke is coming in. And they found Solo in the middle of nowhere with an arrow and a nice whirling death there. Shadow Demon's going to be the wrong place at the wrong time. So that kind of sucks to be him. But it's just not really applying pressure. They're not really getting farm either. Iceberg is having kind of a free roll. And I say that he's going to dodge an Impale. Otherwise would have been put him in a lot of trouble. Now the Epicenter onto no one. Arrow to keep him there. That's a lot of damage. That'll kill off the Alk. Adding another kill for Iceberg. Yeah, it just seems like VP don't really...
Arcane Rune up in the mid lane, feeling pretty ballsy. Pasha going to join him, though. Mass TP's coming through. Nice Carapace to stop the chain. And they will be able to bring down this Timbersaw, which is a major kill for that triumvirate of heroes. And it will be Pasha to pick up the last hit for now, as he does have that recall available.
Oh, they're going in.
They're looking for Ramses. They will be able to run into the Luna. They find the Burrow Strike. Starfall is there, as well as the arrow, and all the nuke damage from FN is more than enough to finish off that kill. Ramses does end up a window of overlap between the two wards. By the way, it did look like he was pinged out by Iceberg. Iceberg, though, is going to go in on his own, and the pullback, it's not going to be there in time because of the disruption, but the chain will. Iceberg finding a kill onto Solo under Moonlight Shadow, will be able to just walk it off. The Caudle plus gem at this point. Song is going to come out from Lil, simply going to sound the retreat. It is a level 2 song, so not the longest cooldown in the world, not nearly as detrimental to use as the level 1 Song of the Siren. They will get a tier 1 out of it. You mentioned kind of them looking to push, and yeah, bot lane. Fresh E-Blade going to be used up to find a kill onto Luna or Ram.
All around, and you're going to be 100% Moonlight Shadow proof throughout the entirety of those illusions lifespan. So just a whole bunch of wards coming out, pretty much. And wow, the Eclipse being cast over the trees. Got the Keeper of the Light, and Ramses is in a little bit of trouble. BKB is needed. Doesn't cast it. Arrow, stun duration is forever. Can they burst her down? Yes. You know, Luna catches a break finally, and then immediately dies.
Story of the game thus far. It doesn't
needs more spells to be casted, but with this defensive build, he's not taking any damage, but he's not doing that much damage either. Looking desperately for something. It's going to be a Courier ultimately, and Pasha to finally get picked off. It'll be the Morphling to find that Nyx Assassin. Timbersaw really, really needs to get this Aghanim.
BKB up, jumps forward onto Ramses. BKB going to be popped by Ramses as well. Iceberg, is he stuck right now? He's going to chain himself out. Eclipse will go off, not doing a whole lot of anything, though, as FN was under the cover of BKB. Jump forward, Epicenter is going to be there, but the disruption onto the Luna is going to keep her alive for a moment. Now will be brought down as FN gains himself a double kill. No one going to be able to TP out under the cover of BKB, and Vega not be there to serve VP. Jumping forward, trying to get some of these Morphling illusions to help their cause is Solo. He will get the Purge off onto FN as well. He's going to wait for him forward, look to bring down the Shadow Demon, is able to do so. Netted up. It's going to be reflected by the Lotus Orb and stopped by the Lincoln Sphere.
Have got to hold once again. Nyx Assassin is doing serious overtime work just with this mana burn. Like, this is really putting a little bit of an issue here for Vega, and of course the Impales, until the Shout even gets popped off, so Mana Burn's not going to save him. Now Blinding Light's going to push him into vulnerable spot. First strike not quite going to land.
Here, the initiator for Vega. They do get the beam off, but Unstable Concoction is going to land far and away. FN now waveforming in. BKB's popped up plenty. Mag in a lot of trouble. He goes down immediately. Ramsey's standing tall and fighting with the Eclipse, and they're going to bring down Sioma as well. FN still trying to do work, but he had to replicate out, it seems, and VP, they're taking over this fight with their initiation. They'll get the purge off onto Iceberg. He will be able to chain up towards the high ground, and will do a little bit of farming as he retreats out, but it ends up being a 2-for-1 thus far. Forcing up towards the hill is FNG to join up with his Timbersaw, and now looking for Ramses here. They'll mana leak him up. Lucent Beam is going to be there, but FNG is going to pay with his life. Just a couple right clicks. Ramses in trouble here, is just going to try and stand and fight against Iceberg, but Iceberg 20 stacks of reactive armor is just a little bit too strong for the Luna to man up against in this scenario, and Solo will be able to glimmer away. Does get another purge off onto Iceberg, will disrupt him up as well, but he's got no support inbound here. So losing Luna on the backside, certainly not ideal here for VP, and for VP, that was probably one of the better initiations they could hope for in this one, and they end up taking what is essentially a pretty equivalent trade overall. It doesn't really,
like, that's a big deal why they just stick together. They're gonna catch the Timbersaw in a really awkward spot. Lots of magic being dumped on him with the reactive armor. It's not enough. He's just dying so quickly. That's Timbersaw down. FN's desperately gonna try to poke at this bottom lane tower, and surprise, surprise, no one dies. Oh, Mag. Let me jump by Pasha. Once again, the Caustic Finale gonna end up stunning himself. He does have the cheese. Can he pop it off? No, not quite. No BKB either. We have a casualty, ladies and gentlemen, and it's on a Sand King with buyback, so probably not going to be the most relevant kill.
But there goes the reset once again of the fight. Ramsey's going to be healed up. BKB is going to be popped. They're looking to find someone here, and it looks like it may be Sioma on the Mirana. Eclipse is going to fly out. FN going to jump forward, man up. He's going to bring down Solo. Blinding Light, nicely placed, is going to split up the fight. Mag going to come through with the Impale onto Ramses. Ramses is trying to man up against Mag, but he'll get under the cover of the Sandstorm. FN's got no replicate. He's in trouble. He's trying to waveform away. Will be morphing strength. He gets Demonic Purge up by Solo. Solo in trouble once again. Epicenter now going to fly through with all the BKBs down. No one taking a lot of damage, but he's still under Chemical Rage. He's going to turn and man up against FN. FN, he's morphed strength completely, and now he's going to drop. And that is 2-for-1, but the more important target going down on Vega's side. Vega and BKB is going to be popped by FN. He's going to try and man up against no one. Song is going to reset the fight and isolate out FN. They're going to try and bring him down. Eclipse going to be popped up a little bit early, and it won't really do all of anything here. Seema, though, he's going to catch an Impale. Could be in a little bit of trouble. Solo will be brought down. That's his second death. No buyback available to him. Sioma is going to be the trade. 1-for-1 support trade at this point, one of which has a buyback, though. And again, the fight will disperse. Forward, there's going to be a Hex immediate reset button popped by Lil. Burrow Strike going to come through with Mag under BKB, but that may have just sealed his own fate. Sleep is going to drop now. Eclipse comes through onto 2. They'll both be brought down, neither of which have buyback at this point, buying up the E-Blade and the Dagon.
Dagon Gaming, not good.
Impale from long range is going to connect onto FNG. They're going to slow roast these Raxes out with the Disruption Illusions, and Luna, one of the best heroes in the game to be pushing base. 72 minutes in. Iceberg in trouble, pops up his BKB. FN jumping forward, he's down as well, both of which have buyback. They have to expend it. Immediately going for the throne is VP's side, up 1-0 in this game. Vega had a major advantage at the 20-minute mark, and just were not able to press it hard enough. 2 tier 4s, Glaives bouncing between them like crazy from the Illusions. Will be able to bring both of them down. 2 heroes on the sidelines. VP still sticking around. FN and Iceberg do not have BKBs. Pasha zoning them out with his Impale, and no one just putting right clicks into the throne here. Mag barely gets enough for buyback. Pops his BKB immediately. Jumps forward. Song is there once again. It will be able to net up Mag.